Let's talk about an illustrative example of a potential pragmatic decision where the decision support tool can help. Hepatitis B birth dose vaccination. WHO recommends that all infants should receive their first dose of hepatitis B vaccine as soon as possible after birth, ideally within 24 hours. Effectiveness in babies progressively declines in the days to weeks after birth. However, vaccinating babies within 24 hours can be challenging in some cases. One example is home births in remote areas. Vaccines are usually kept within the cold chain up to the point of administration. However, for some births, if the Hep B birth dose vaccination can be used out of the cold chain, a health worker can carry it with them when they go to attend a delivery. Evidence suggests that the vaccine stays effective up to 28 days at ambient temperatures, but there may be cost and pragmatic implications for this approach. How can the CAPACITI tool help determine the most suitable strategy for your own country to adopt? The first step is to determine the question based on the objective you hope to achieve. The objective may be that all babies should be immunized as soon as feasible. An option to achieve the objective could be to allow health workers to carry hepatitis B birth dose vaccines with them when they go to attend a delivery. The relevant question to address in this example is, what should be the national policy for temperature storage of hepatitis B birth dose vaccine? To decide possible policy options that need to be investigated, WHO guidance documents and recommendations from neighboring countries could be consulted, and for the purposes of this example, you decide to compare the following options. Keep the current practices requiring cold chain storage of the Hep B birth dose vaccine up to the point of administration. Keep the current practices for babies born at the health facility and for babies born at home. The hepatitis B birth dose vaccine can be used out of the cold chain up to 28 days before administration. It is important that the committee comparing the options includes credible experts representing a broad range of disciplines and involves important stakeholders. The committee jointly develops a list of criteria to address the question. Now it's time to collect the evidence. If required by the committee, a dedicated working group, including committee members and invited technical experts, can be established. This starts with documenting the methods for data collection and analysis to synthesize multiple evidence sources and generate one or more evidence statements per criterion. Now it's time for the committee to critically review the evidence and compare how the options perform against each criterion. The committee must consider the implications of data uncertainty and the extent to which it may influence the relative performance of the options. Ultimately, you need to come to a common understanding of the relative trade-offs between the options and the importance of data gaps. The committee can now come to an agreement on the final prioritization, review the strength of the recommendation, data quality, and document priority data gaps to fill. You must then communicate the recommendation to the final decision makers and other audiences.